across a youth globally.
What is a suicide cluster? And how can New York State play a role in preventing their occurrence?
A suicide cluster is when 2 or more people die by suicide in the same town or, some community setting within, I'll say, a relatively confined time period. It's the idea that one person's suicide, unfortunately, impacts another vulnerable person so that they die by suicide also.
Dr. Madelyn Gould is a researcher with the Office of Mental Health's New York State Psychiatric Institute. Much of her work focuses on these suicide clusters and the measures that can prevent them.
The best way to prevent a suicide cluster is to have a comprehensive suicide prevention plan before any death occurs. We don't want to wait until someone dies by suicide to get motivated, and that's what this plan is about.
The plan she's referring to is New York State's 1,700 Too Many Suicide Prevention Plan, rolled out at the inaugural Suicide Prevention Conference in Albany. Dr. Gould spoke at the conference to highlight some of the ways everyone can change the societal norms surrounding suicide.
We can change what's called the narrative around suicide and really emphasize that suicide is preventable and that stories of coping and resilience can present a model. Those are the messages that then can shape norms.
Dr. Gould also spoke about Postvention, suicide prevention measures put in place after someone dies by suicide to prevent additional suicides and to help people deal with their loss.
Postvention programs need to deal with helping people grieve and to identify who's at most risk after someone else's suicide.
Gould was an integral part of developing the statewide suicide prevention plan in order to address these postvention measures and the role the community can play in their execution.
Focusing on zero suicide in behavioral settings and doing suicide prevention focused in clinical settings has to work hand in hand with suicide prevention in the community.
She says every New Yorker should know the signs of suicidal thoughts and the ways to circumvent an individual's attempt at suicide, but so many do not.
Increasing the safety net. So no matter who that person may have shared some subtle hint at what he or she is intending to do, that we have multiple people who then have the skills to pick up on it.
The 1,700 Too Many plan works hard to do just that.
I am proud being part of a state Office of Mental Health that puts suicide prevention at the forefront and recognizes the need of the people in New York State. There's an expression, putting your money where your mouth is. That's what New York State is doing.